And I guess first of all, I want to say thank you guys for coming out today and for taking part in this. I think it's a great thing to bring awareness to something like this because it's traumatic and it's unexpected, and a lot of people, surprisingly, by way of just a friend or it could be a family member, a loss is a loss. So it hurts either way, and so it's good to pull together like this. And I was just going to play a song and kind of use that song as sort of an outline, because otherwise I can tend to get a little long-winded. For those of you who know me, you know that. But this song that I wrote, it was about 2 years after Lindsay passed away. Lindsay's my sister, youngest sister. And it's sort of like, from my perspective, a before, during, and after of just the emotional roller coaster that comes with losing someone who's close to you unexpectedly. I guess starting with the very beginning, I just remember Lindsay was battling with depression quite a bit, and she wrestled with that on and off, and she was in and out of behavioral health a couple of times, and it just seemed like no matter what any of us said, she kind of just seemed a little bit like a shadow or an empty shell, and she would come alive sometimes, and then it would just, other days she'd hit the ground beneath her feet. So I just remember just telling her that, you know, it'll get better, and that's all that's what we think that we can do for others, is to try and help them out. And then you just never really expect something like this to happen, and she went on a hunting trip and she didn't come home. So it was just that's where the middle of the song, I kind of reflect on just the feeling, and how I would say it feels is sort of like, I guess, looking back as almost like an out-of-body experience. I think it was so traumatic, just like trying to put myself back in that spot again. It was really hard because I just felt like I was kind of on the outside watching it all happen. And so one thing that we did do for remembrance, and I forget who said it earlier, but we aren't meant to forget those around us that have passed. And I think that the pain that comes with that, it creates a void in us that is very hard to comprehend right away. And some of us will choose to fight it and to do it on our own, and I think that is partly due to the individualistic society that we have, where it's, you know, go get it yourself. And it's really what I think, and I liken it to what's going on here, is this pulling together for a common cause. And that's where I remember thinking on my own, just wondering, how in the world can I move forward after something like this has happened? How am I supposed to live with that void of her? Because nobody can fill that. And I just remember through a good friend of mine, and just a realization that if I want to see Lindsay again, then that probably means that there's a heaven, and if there's a heaven, there's probably something bigger going on here. And so I just chose to explore into that, and I found incredible comfort in trying not to do it alone, and I through the help of my relationship with God and wanting to understand how that works, and also with the people around me. I think it's awesome that family pulls together in situations, because it's hard to hear, and I apologize if this stings a little bit, but the death rate has always been 100%, so we're all going to go at some point. It's just when unexpected things like this happen, it's really hard to bounce back and to stand back up on your own feet and wonder how you're going to move forward. So the third part of this song is sort of the realization that you're not supposed to do this alone, and that's why I just really support the helpline and anything related to bringing awareness to suicide, because it's always unexpected, and it hurts all the same, whether it's your best friend, or whether it's your sister or your dad, or anyone close to you. It hurts either way. And so this song is just sort of a reflection on how I've sort of not dealt with it, but just worked with it. the sadness and the tears, it still happens. It comes and goes in waves, and I think that there's a purpose for that, and that is that we're not supposed to forget that person. We're not supposed to be able to bury those feelings, and there is incredible freedom in relating with one another. So if you are hurting today and you do feel that void and you haven't told someone how you really feel, and today would be a great day to start, or to try and do that, just because, like I said, I don't think that you're meant to do it alone. So this song is called How Love Works. And again, I just thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to share with you.
You can't be on your feet, sitting in the driver's seat, pedal to the floor. And with each false start, taking every turn too sharp, we lose control. Don't lose control. Your blanket was torn to shreds. I tried to hold my head. Your smile echoes down every hall. Bleeding from 10 feet high, watching these grown men cry. It was the coldest season by far. Oh, 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 oh. I held a lonely heart, the shadow my counterpart. It was all that I'd known, but you gave yourself for me, clearing the vacancies. This faith is all that I hold. It's all I hold. If seeing is believing, I've seen you and your healing. I'm convinced your leaving is never really leaving. At times it's so deceiving how love works. Oh, I can't wait to see your face again. At times so hard to understand how love works, but that's how love works.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bryan. Thank you. Janet, there she is. And now we'll read the names. Thank you.